You know, this company is, next year we'll be 50 years old. Most companies in America don't last 50 years. And this one has survived through some things, Mike, that we really don't know how we got through them. But now we're here at this moment in time. So what I just want to talk to you, I'm the only thing standing between y'all and freedom right now. Okay, so I know y'all want me to hurry up and get out of here so you can go and enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy Marco Island. But I want to take you back because I want to make sure that, that we don't ever forget where you come from. I was raised at 823 Isaac Street, Columbia, South Carolina, 29203. That's the house that I grew up in. My mother, at 95 years old, still lives in that house. We can't get her out. So she's still living by herself. She's still driving. We hope she don't drive often, but she won't give up her car. She likes to drive to get her hair done every Friday. She can drive to my house. It's about 10 minutes from her house. She can get to my house. She won't drive at night, but she just, when she was turning 90, I've been buying my mother new cars ever since 1988 once I retired her from her job. So every 3 years I would get her a new car. So when she got my 90, I wasn't talking about it. I was just, so she was over to the house and we had a birthday party, and she said to Sharon, she said, I ain't never drove a car this long. She said, I know why Ivan ain't bought me no car. He thought I'd be dead by now. He said, but he better go and get me one because I ain't going nowhere. And that was 5 years ago, but that's significant. And that was we got to remember where we come from. My mother was a school teacher, taught school for 35 years, but she never talked to me about going to college. And I couldn't figure that out. I'm like, why ain't nobody talking about this? Because I'm in high school, I'm 10, 11, 12th grade, ain't nobody saying nothing about you going to college. And later on, I figured out that you don't have conversations with people if you don't have the money to close them. So there was no money that they had saved to send me to college, so it's better we ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna bring it up. We'll let him figure out which way he wanna go. But everything has its destiny. And I ended up going to work for a plant and doing like most of you do. Because if we're really honest about where we come from and where we are today, they're two different places. Am I right? And we got to remember that. And I remember coming in Primerica, and I remember just joining this business just to make part-time income, not to build a business. That wasn't in, come on, man. Nobody talked about that. I heard some stuff at the op meeting about maybe you could be a vice president or something like that. But at the beginning, it was just, hey, I'm going to get a license. I'm going to go make some money, and that's going to help my life. And boom, I can do it. And lo and behold, it took me 2 years to get in a position to become a regional vice president. And I became a vice president, and now you're building a base shop. And I didn't become a vice president to build vice presidents. That came later. I became a vice president because it was the biggest contract. And I could make more money as a vice president as a district or a division or a regional. Am I right? Right. And then something happened. I was running a $30,000, $40,000 base shop, making good money. We get a bonus every month. Bonus be about $9,000, $10,000 a month. Life was good. You like, yeah. And this guy named Bob Turley would call me, and he would say, Ivan, when you gonna build a hierarchy? Are you gonna really build a hierarchy, or are you just gonna keep doing this base shop thing forever? And he came into my life. And I don't know why Bob came into my life, because I was not direct to Bob. I was second generation to Bob at the time. And he took a liking to me. And see, that's why Marco is special to me, because Bob Turley had a house. The address is 1690 North Copeland Drive, right around the corner, Marco Island, Florida. And he would call up sometime and he said, Ivan, what you doing this weekend? I always knew anytime Bob called, the answer was nothing. We on the way to Marco Island. And I used to come down here and spend the weekend with Bob, and Bob was notorious for letting you come in the house and spend 2 or 3, 4 hours with you, and then he would say, something came up and I got to go. So we're gonna move you to the master bedroom. And Eden and Arn's gonna be here to fix all your meals. Just tell them where you wanna eat at. God, whatever you wanna do, just have fun. He was stretching my vision. And now when he talked about building RVPs and building a hierarchy, it made sense. Because you can't get that without having a hierarchy. You can't get that without building RVPs. Say RVPs. And I know we make a lot of money in Primerica today with just a base shop, whether it's securities or what. I know that. That's how good it is today, right? But ultimately, we're supposed to build RVPs that build RVPs that build RVPs. That's how we're going to have to take over the world, is with RVPs. Does that make sense? And in my career, I've built a couple. I'm not going to say I built a couple, I've been around a couple people who decided to have some success. It's a guy by Lee Williams that's in this room, and Lee came here making $18,000 a year and doing a television studio, and he built a Primerica business and got to $500,000 in income, Lee and Margot Williams. There's a guy named Rob Davis who Lee recruited. And see, we got to be careful, because Rob Davis, his first whole year, recruited one person. The next year, he recruited one more. He got better. And this third year, he might have had one more. But Rob Davis is $1 million earner today. Now, why do I say that? Because how many of us would have kicked the Rob Davis out? Because he didn't get off to a fast start. Because he didn't burn a trail. There's a guy named, now he's $1 million earner. Built an incredible life, one of the smartest people I know. All that talent. There's a guy named Kenny Thompson who dodged coming to a meeting for 2 months. There's a guy named James Robinson who used to come in the office every week and tell me about Kenny. On op night, after the op meeting, he was like, Kenny was supposed to be here. Kenny was supposed to be here. Kenny was supposed to be here. After 2 months, he walked in one night. I said, stop. I said, just take me to Kenny's house right now. We ain't calling. Just take, because I need to know if it is a Kenny. Sure enough, we pull up and he's jogging down the street. I'm like, you Kenny? I want to say, why are you standing this man up for 2 months? If you ain't gonna do this, tell him no. Today, Kenny Thompson is a $500,000 earner in Primerica. I could have not taken the extra step. Right? Then there's Ezell Parker, who's a $250,000 earner under Rob Davis, but Ezell never had a job. He came straight from college. His mama exposed him to this environment while he was in college, so he grew up in it. They're all different types. Then there's Kevin Brown, one of the hardest workers, biggest vision that I know. He's a $600,000 earner under Kenny Thompson. Okay? Kenny got Kevin because a guy walked in and said, I'm quitting, but I think I know somebody. His name is Kevin, but I'm quitting, but here's Kevin's number, call him. And then you got Jewel Cone. Jewel Cone, Lee went to recruit Jewel's husband. And the husband is sitting there saying, I ain't interested. And Jewel is kicking him under the table. Me. And he said, all right, I mean, it's a long way. I done drove a long way. I guess I will talk to her. She was the first female in the state of South Carolina to make $200,000 to $300,000. They've had an incredible life. Then you get Erica Abraham, who come in this business and just trailblazed it. I mean, she just went over 300,000, earned ownership. You know, she got more talent than I ever had. I say all that because I say to y'all, we gotta build RVPs. And to build RVPs, we gotta care about people. And they just can't be an IBA, and if they start fast, we love them, and if they start slow, we kick them to the curb. It's gonna take all types. Erica made $200,000, left the business for 4 years, had twins, went home and was a mama for 2 years, came back in January. Her rolling income had gone from 200 to 40, and now she went to 300. Wait a minute. But if Kenny Thompson hadn't called her and checked on her, not to say when you coming back, just call and say, how you doing? How are things going? See, that's Primerica. That's what this company is about. And we gotta always keep that. Because if we lose that, we lose the unity, the togetherness, and what it takes to truly take over the world. I want to end with something, because we're at a moment in time in this company where things are so good and great, and people are making record incomes and all of this, right? Right? But at the same time, it's kind of a vulnerable time. It's a vulnerable time because, you know, hey, I've been here 46 years. So our leadership is getting a little older. We got that new blood in the middle who trying to figure it out, and then we got the new people just walking through the door, and they want what the old people got, and how we gonna transfer it, right? Then you got all this noise out in the world. You got all kind of noise, and you got all kind of opportunities, and people saying, well, I can make this, and I can make that, and I can make this, and I can do it faster, I can do it bigger. Am I right? And then you got your competition sometime that still ain't going away, and they still gonna try to attack you. But see, I know something. I said the good Lord put something in all of us, that if you are threatened, I don't care how good of a person you are, and how much you love the Lord, He put something in all of us, that if we're threatened, we will respond. Am I right? You will defend yourself. Am I right? Right. See, I want us to transfer that over to the company. Because, see, that's how I feel about this company. I feel the same way about this company as a family that I would with my family. There's no price on this earth that I wouldn't pay to protect my family. There's no price I wouldn't pay to protect this company. To get this thing to the next level, we got to do a lot of work. We do. We got to grow this sales force to 200,000. We need to get back into building RVP business again, because last year as a company, we only promoted 173 RVPs. As a company, that number needs to be 400 or 500 RVPs every year. We got the best business opportunity in the world, bar none, am I right? We got the evidence of how it has changed people's lives. People are at a place in their life they never, ever imagined they can be, am I right? I know I've been blessed more than I can say. All I'm asking you as a teammate is say what we're going to do, mean what we're going to say, okay? And let's go fight this fight and make 2026 our biggest growth year ever going into this convention so we can blow the socks off of Mercedes-Benz. Thank you. Have a good day.